Hello, my name is Dr. George Mochocki, and welcome again to the series we're doing on understanding basics of business. Today we're going to be talking about what do you call it, entrepreneur and starting a new business. We talked last session, last lesson plan. We basically talked about forming a business. We talked about partnership, sole proprietor, limited partnership, S corporation. I'm chopping all these things because you'll see them on the exam. All right, but today we're going to talk about entrepreneur. The author here basically split it up into two chapters. A lot of authors keep it together. What's the difference between a basic business owner or an entrepreneur? They're essentially similar. An entrepreneur is someone that's going to start off a hot dog stand. I could buy a hot dog stand, I'm a business owner. Already there, existing business, I'm starting off my own hot dog stand. That means I got to buy the material, buy the building, get all the ideas, who my customer, do all the research. I'm taking all the risks. I have no pattern, for lack of better words, except my own experience that I bring along with me. So the risk is I'm an entrepreneur. Once the business is operating, after a year, I have statistical data. I know who my customers are. I know which markets work. Now I become a small business owner because I kind of understand it. I already, and it's established. The risk is gone. Remember, most businesses, small businesses, fail within the first 5 years. High rate, 50%, boom, out of business within the first 2 years. They didn't plan. They didn't understand their customers. They didn't understand they had a good idea. Don't get me wrong, great idea. But how do I bring that idea into the market? That's what investors are looking for. Good idea. Who's going to make it happen? Who's going to be the one, the controller or the champion of that business? The business owner. Okay, so here we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about entrepreneur. Now, I'm going to remember this is an overview. You've got the book, you've got the reading, you have my concept map. This is a quick picture of my concept map. At the end, I'll open it all up. I'm not going to cover everything else. It's there. These are your notes and everything else. Take me for the class. You'll find it very interesting. We have discussions. We have all right, so let's go this way. Entrepreneur. What's an entrepreneur? Basically, here it is. I'll give you the basic definition. Accepting a risk of starting a business, own the boss, economy, take the risk. Right now, we have COVID-19. The economy's open up. People are going, this is not a good time to open up. This is an excellent time to open up a business as an entrepreneur. Why? Government got money. Here's money. Get the economy going. I'll spend the money. I'll help you. I'll give you stimulus money. Businesses that didn't make it because they're on the brink before, and now this was the last thing. It was too much for the business to sustain, and they went under. I have a lot of property out there. I have a lot of assets are out there that basically business that closed down. So now I'm a landlord. I'm willing to give you a discount to open up the business because I want money coming in. It's cash flow for me. So this is a good time. There's people who have money been penned up for the last 3 months, for lack of better words. Now I got money to spend. There's people looking for work. There's people who want this money. So if I'm looking at this, now is a good time to open up a business. The government stimulating. That's my whole thing. Okay, so you take the risk. So entrepreneur team basically is people like myself that do it for pro bono. That means basically for free. They look at your business plan and give you some ideas. Okay, home-based businesses. Here's when I talk about businesses when I talk to the student. You have to have the soft approach. How do you start off a business? Many of my of you students on here have some kind of following. You got something on social media. Either you're making some kind of widget, or you're showing them how to knit, or you're making them a t-shirt, or you have something to watch my life, whatever it is. That's what I call the soft sell. So now you have a following of people. You're not selling anything to them. They're coming in there. And then they say, George, you got a real nice tie. Where did you get that? Oh, my mother-in-law made it. Or I made this. Or I bought this here. Oh, could we purchase that? I like that tie. Now you're bringing in, or you're doing something. Hey, I also make these ties. I have different colors. I can do whatever. And now I bring that in the soft sell. I say, oh, you want to buy this? Real cheap. And you're testing the market out. What are people willing to buy? What are they doing? If you look at a lot of your social media, when I'm looking at rebates or anything else on here, I go on there and what I say, they tell me a bit of information, very little for free, and then the rest, oh, you want my services? Come in to me. It's to get your door in. That's how you have to do it with this new technology, internet, and everything else. Is the soft approach, okay? So home base, you start off as a hobby, it grows up, and now you're making money. Remember, you're doing good as a small business. Okay, so you got government and entrepreneur. There's money and grants to help you out. Small businesses, independently owned. I give you the thing. Relationships, personal services. Look, when I go to small business, they know me by my name. Not if I go to a Walmart or a Target, Mr. Mo ha 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 key. Right? I'm just kidding here. What they're basically doing is they're trying to be that personal service, a small business owner. That's their bread and butter. They will, most of them will help you out a lot. Learn about the small business when you're going to open up. Remember what I told you? What you have to do, you have to do some research. You could read on it, look. There's a lot of publications. Look at some YouTube. Look at some things. Work for a business that you want to go into. And say, hey, I really like this stuff. I'm a mechanic. Now I can open up my own garage. But how do I get people coming in? How do I build them? How do I do it? Later on, we're going to talk about QuickBooks and everything else when we go into the accounting chapter. Okay, a business plan. What's a business plan? It's a roadmap. Most businesses, even for grant, you want a business plan. There's Business Pro that costs you some money. There's a program called Canvas, not Canvas Learning Management System, but Canvas, how to start off a business. And sometimes if the class was, it depends on the class. I do a whole section as an entrepreneur that I basically also teach in how to start off a business. Major functions of a business. Let's see what there's some of the major functions. You got to know how to plan, like it or not. You got to know about the thing or money. You got to know about your customers. How do you know? Not what you think customers want. What do they want? That's where you find out from the marketing, the customer observations and everything else. Keeping records. You got to keep records. The government wants to know. Remember, you're a taxing agent for the government. You collect taxes for the government. What do you want to collect or not? At the end, when you make so much, you say, where's my money? Okay, so you got to keep good record. And then we'll talk about that. Writing a business plan, executive summary, is not that hard. Family affair. Most of your businesses, that's going to happen. You are going to hire family members. It's kind of hard to fire your wife. Unless you divorce her, or your husband, unless you divorce him, and you may have to. So when you're bringing family members, you're bringing them in because that's the only one's going to work. You're not paying them much. They come in, you're my son. Or you bring them in. Now, you can bring them in as family members where they're independent and they're working for you. And some will do well, but you got to give them the expectations. You got to tell them here what's going on. Now, if you bring in other people and family members, they're going to say, hey, the only way I'm going to get promoted here if I marry a family member. That's not what you want. So you have to have them work. As the business starts off, family members are good. They're cheap, inexpensive labor. As they get better, they may take advantage of you. So you have to have expectation. If you bring other people in and to see family members, you may have to offer them like a partnership or something else. Because why would I want to invest in that? So remember, we'll work through it. Hire a consultant or figure this out and give them their roles and treat them equally. Okay? Okay, so I got SBA, Small Business Administration. You can find out which businesses are there. Look, when I'm opening up a hot dog stand, if I'm opening up a pizza place, don't open another pizza place in Lake Zurich. That's where I live at, in that area. There's so many damn pizza places. Open up something I don't have. Give me some Indian food from India. Give me some Thai food. Give me some Filipino food. Give me something different than Chinese and pizza. That's the whole thing up. See, now you could, but you're saturating the market. You want to come into the market. If you want to open a pizza place, go where there is no pizza place. That's how you have to find out. And then when you're in there and you figure, okay, what's your area? I'm in the area. Who are my customers? If they end up being all people of color, or African American, or blacks, or Polish, or Korean, whatever, I'm still selling pizza, but I make my business a little more attractive to them. I may have side dishes because this is where my customers are. I'm not being. Look, here's where my business is. This is my clientele. I have to understand them, research them. How do I connect with them, and how do I sell to them? Okay. And then a small business investment company, if you need some money, there's people that will give money. They're not like angel investors. They're kind of like for lack of better words, reviewed by the government saying he or she's got some money, this business got some money, and they're trying to. There's a lot of people out there that have money trying to help startups come up there. Some of them want some money back. Come on, if I'm going to plant some seeds, I expect to have some of the fruit. Right? I'm a farmer. This whole thing, I plant a seed, I get a good yield, and then I keep some of it for myself. I pay some of my things out. I share my profits. Whatever there is, you have to be able. So now I have extra money. I want to help other small businesses. So here's how money. You might have to take in certain chunks, but they kind of bet that they're not going to rip you off, for lack of a better word. The market. The biggest thing in any business is who is the market. When I teach small business, I teach retail merchandising in another school. When I teach retail merchandising, I have to tell you is you are basically solving a problem for a client or a customer. I want a hot dog. I don't want to cook. I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to do anything with a hot dog. I go to a hot dog place. My problem was I'm hungry. I don't want to cook. I'll pay you the money. You give me a hot dog. So your business is always solving a problem for a customer. You're just supplying them with some products, supplying them with a service, supplying them with some knowledge, or whatever, giving them a facility to work out with. You're problem solving. So you have to see where is my... Look, if I'm going to open up a daycare center, let's join this up as a problem. People are going to need daycare centers, right? I can open up. Usually they drop them off on the way to work, so busy work. It's nice to have a daycare center in a large area, or they basically close to home. They could drop them off. Okay, so now if I'm gonna, those are the two factors. If I'm in an area where it is empty nesters, no kids, right? They're all grown, gone. Will I open up a daycare center in that area? What are the odds? I mean, there's some out there, but there's not enough potential. They may be enough to say, okay, there's no daycare center, and there's enough young people here, and they're working, or kids or anything, and just say that I basically target toward. Okay, it makes sense. If there's nothing, why open it up there? It's like I'm not going to open up a Mercedes or a Lexus dealership in North Chicago. Nothing against North Chicago. Come on, it's a military town. There's a lot of people have money there too, but predominantly is Navy people. It's a military base where people come in there, dry cleaning, shows, everything else, hotels, whatever. You know what I'm talking about? It's a military town. It doesn't make sense. I would open up a Lexus or Mercedes in Lake Forest or Barrington or certain areas in Libertyville because the clientele is there. My market is there. Do you see where I'm coming from? All right. So managing employees, basically, it's the hardest thing as an entrepreneur. You got an idea. As I start off my business, it's only me. As I grow, now I got more people. That's where you have to have academics help you how to break it up, different disciplines, who does what. So you have the chain of command. Everything you're going to be learning in the next few chapters in leadership. And other help is basically lawyers, accountants. They all help you to make your business successful. Because remember, they love you. But then you're a client to them, so if you're successful, you're going to come back more. Your businesses grow. They get more money from you. They get more services. You're going to buy more service. How could I go wrong? But you have to have a plan. You have to have that passion. I love this business. And when you open a business, I don't want it. Look, once you open a business, you invest in money. Look, I had a friend of mine that she wanted to open up her own business in the corporate world. I said, what are you going to do? I want to open up, I'm going to franchise. Franchise, good. I want to open up a dairy, not a dairy, Brussels or something. Ice cream parlor, for lack of a better word. I said, are you sure? Yeah, very active like me. She opened up 6 months later. I said, how you doing? Okay. Do you like your business? Boring. I said, what do you mean boring? 1 scoop or 2 scoop? 3 scoops, turn it around. Look, for some people, they like the consistency, the stability. No problem. Other people, they want changes. You can't change much in a business. Like you come up with new flavors, whether they like it, they don't. You're not making it. You're Brussels. You just... All I want to say is, when you open up your business, it has to be a passion. It's something you love doing now, and now could I make some money out of it? What could I do? It's a hobby. Because this is going to be your life. This is going to be your career. When they think of George, they're going to say George Game Consulting. When they think of you, they're going to say Sally's Boutique. I just made it up, right? Or whatever. Okay, good? So you got that. The biggest thing is research. You gotta do the research, and the research is out there. There's a lot of data out there, but make sure to get it from different sources. You got the government, you got the Chamber of Commerce. There's all this. You get all this, and then you analyze. What are you looking for? Don't overwhelm yourself. First of all, who's my competition? I want to open up a hot dog stand, like Zurich. But too many damn hot dog stand. Or I want to open up a gyros place. Oh, there's only one gyros place. Oh, perfect. I could come in here. What's the population? 20 people. No, 50,000. Well, I don't know what it is. I'm just making that up. So you're looking, is there enough people? Out of that, what percentage will like popcorn, a hot dog? Okay. So you do your research, you get the data, you analyze it, or you have somebody else do it for you. And down the road, could you sell something overseas? Remember, you had the internet, e-commerce now. When they shut down the economy, people who had an e-platform, whether they're selling T-shirts, hot dogs, little hot dog trinkets, whatever, it doesn't, or recipes or something that keeps my business going. That was just a side business on the online. Their online was their bread and butter, and they're going, you know what, that's not a bad that's not too bad. Same thing with the college. A lot of people wouldn't take an online class. They're forced to take it. Not thinking, this isn't too bad. I got my flexibility. The instructor seems pretty good. Okay, so we covered everything else. So that's a quick overview of entrepreneurship. I started off, again, that's how you start off, a hobby, and now how I can make money. And before you know it, remember, as you grow, as your business grows, and you become part of the business. You are the brand. You could either become a corporation, franchise, expand, or keep it small, like I do. I just do small consulting, a little bit here. Business is kind of down because of the economy. Shut down, but we're coming back alive. Okay, so let me just. Okay, what did I promise? I promised that I'll open up most of these so you could all look at them. Okay, remember, I'm not going into them. Just, this is the whole chapter reading. This is everything else in here. So when you're looking at it, when you're taking the thing, print out my mind maps that I have in here, or concept maps, and then you add to it. See where they have a plus, there's more information on there. Okay, so you have everything you wanted. Again, my name is Dr. George Mochocki, and once again, thank you for taking the listen to me for this little time. It's a quick overview. And this is everything you should be thinking about. Entrepreneur, online business. I didn't think about that, but I just assumed everyone knows. You have to have both things. Commercial, residential, online, face-to-face, all online, partial online. Utilize the tools you have. Different streams of income, different markets. Start off with the face-to-face in an online component. Then you expand. Do a little at a time. Just think about when you move out of your house or you move to an apartment. You have nothing when you move out. All you need is a kitchen table, a bed, a TV, and a bathroom. I'm trying to figure out, right, in the kitchen, right? And then after a while, I add on to it. I could survive. So when you open up a business, do the basics. After you understand your customers, then you bring in different product lines. You change your mixes. You may have to change your operation a little bit different because of what the forces are out there, what your customers demand. The biggest problem a lot of entrepreneurs, they know they got the idea, they understand it, but they don't understand how to bring customers in to try it. All right? So take a few more classes, more lectures with me online, and read over. Let's see, I think I went over on this one a little bit more. I'm really excited. 18 minutes, not too bad. Remember, because entrepreneur, this is the hub. The Trump administration regulations down. Would you like Trump? Look, I try to bring Trump in. Some people say, well, you bring President Trump in. I'm a business person. I have to operate in his world, his environment, which is good. Some is good, some is bad. But how do I operate? Those are businesses. Those are the external environment forces I have to be able to adjust with, whether I like it or not. Okay? So we'll see you the next time. Entrepreneurs, look, you could work for somebody else. The skill sets you get here as an entrepreneur. If you don't want to be an entrepreneur, you could be a manager for a company, basically an entrepreneur for your department, for the company, for that store, for that location you have. You got to bring customers in, everything else, but you're never going to become rich because you are working for the man or the woman or whoever. Okay? Or right now, if you're working, or AI, you're working for the computer, just making you do all the work. I just threw that in for people who are working at the Amazon fulfillment center. All right, that's a different operation. All right, so again, my name is Dr. Jordan Mochocki, and I will end this. I always try to do at least 20 minutes. I'll see you next time.